Hello.
Wonderful. Welcome, everybody, to the Breakroom. It's our daily show that keeps you updated on all the nerdy news you need to know. Right? Coming to you live from our actual Breakroom here at New Rockstars headquarters. Coming up on today's episode, James Gunn teases us again. He's full of teases lately. Riri Williams and Tony Stark's connection. And we talk about Mobius appearing in Deadpool 3. With me to discuss those topics and more, we've got the wonderful Jay Washington.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here. I needed to be here today. Thank you, everybody, for the love and shouts out. And rest in peace to my friend Cassie Dang. I love you. I'm going to do my job because you would want me to keep doing my damn job.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we love that you're here, Jay.
Jessica's here with her name on her jacket.
Hi.
I wanted to show people your name.
Yeah. Brandon doesn't have his name on his sweater, but he's got other words.
I got other words on my sweater.
Yeah, and then I'm here rocking New Rockstars merch, top to bottom.
Oh, you voted a day late?
Stop the count! I wore the shirt yesterday. Okay,
Damn, Zach.
no, just the second half of yesterday when I had, you know what I mean? Like you can rotate if you never wear a shirt more than 24 hours total. And anyways,
Did you vote shirtless?
Or unless you get a picture taken in it. That's when you can't wear
You
it.
take it off right when you get to the pool.
yeah, that's fair. Actually, I didn't wear the shirt yesterday, but I didn't wear the sticker yesterday. I was like, I should wear it today.
And make people think you
You voted late?
That's right. I didn't think it out, folks. I didn't think it out. Hey, let's jump into some headlines.
Oh.
First and foremost, our brand new favorite head of DC Films, James Gunn. Of all the people that have been head of DC Films,
I was like, yo, that's
he's
a lot of
easily
people.
the one that comes to mind right now, and my favorite. So he teased a DC villain possibly showing up, Lobo. He tweeted out that in a social media post.
Oh, Mastodon.
Yeah. Everybody's on that social platform, right?
I don't know what it is.
I thought they were talking about the shark, and then I realized they're talking about
Megalodon?
the
Megalodon?
Mastodon is also a modern metal band that does some pretty good work.
Yeah.
Mastodon is what the Black Ranger used to transform into a Power Ranger.
Hey, it's
Mastodon,
all of
the
these
website?
things.
No, he was the Mastodon.
Mastodon. Oh my God.
I was like, he used the website to change himself?
If you know what Mastodon is, please call in.
Give
Yeah.
us a poll.
Yeah.
Do you know what Mastodon is?
Are you on Mastodon?
Hit him with a poll.
do
Are
you
you on Mastodon?
Do you follow New Rockstars on Mastodon? Is New Rockstars on Mastodon? So this is interesting
It's too
because
close to masturbate. sorry, keep going.
that's where your brain goes. So James Gunn tweeting out now. Lobo has not been depicted in any films so far. To use Mastodon, but especially if you were reading comics in the mid to late '90s, like myself. Lobo was a prominent figure, right? Like right around when Spawn and Deadpool and Wolverine and Venom were blowing up, and were kind of all these anti-hero, kind of good guy, bad guy, badass comic characters were really popular. Lobo was certainly at the forefront of that for DC. And so James Gunn tweeting that out. Does he want to make something with
He's the
it?
main man for a reason.
I like that he chose. Is there a specific reason why to choose that one? It's just like so well known and everyone likes him.
Well,
But he's not.
Yeah, and I remember when Coy was here last week and this came up, he kind of teased Lobo earlier. And like Coy had a good point where like Lobo can just be his own thing. He's almost like a Deadpool type character where it's not that he's breaking the fourth wall, but that he just does whatever he wants.
And he's
So
also
he rides a bike around the galaxy.
He's intergalactic, which we haven't really, he's out in space, which we haven't done a lot of with DC, besides going to Krypton, right? Like we haven't seen a lot of space characters, so that could be a cool way to get into that, right?
Well, also, Lobo was supposed to have a series, if you remember. After
Like a live action series?
Yes, because remember when Krypton was a thing? Shouts out to the homie Cameron Cuff. Krypton was a thing. They were doing a spinoff of Lobo. And Lobo appeared, I think he did appear in like 1 or 2 episodes. But after that, that whole thing died out.
Yeah.
So you have an intergalactic bounty hunter for DC who is who's a badass, who drinks, smokes, and just looks
that's
weird.
sick as hell.
See? And James Gunn could do this and make this everything you want it to be.
I don't know if we put it in here, and by we, I know I didn't. I was in charge of the script. I was in charge
Check
of
the
script.
tapes.
Check the tapes. But did you see that Jason Momoa was like, he tweeted about it and was like, I want to play him.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier.
Yes. So we were just talking about that, like, Jason Momoa, he's already got the tattoos and the look and whatever, and the hair, he'd be a good fit, but like, we were debating would they let him play 2 concurrent DC characters?
Well, I don't think there's a harm in being like, let's just get someone new for this. And I'm sure there's a lot of tattooed baddies out there.
Oh, there's a guy. What is this? One of the guys from Sons of Anarchy. A lot of people keep recommending. For
Oh, the one who was like the big guy.
No,
with
not
the
Hunnam.
Beard.
Yes,
He
that's
showed
what
up
it
on
is.
Bosch.
Yes, it's not Hunnam, not Charlie Hunnam. It's the other. It's the guy that Brandon's talking about. Yeah, and like they were like, that's the dude to play Lobo. And it's a plethora of people out there that they could pick, but Jason Momoa was like, just give me all the checks. I don't want to be a fish.
He was like, I don't care.
I don't want to be a fish man no more. I just want to do what Arthur Curry was doing in the beginning of Aquaman 1, and that was drink beer in bars and fight. Okay, cool.
In space, why not? So we hope. This is like, who did he tease around Deadman? James Gunn was tweeting out around Halloween. So who knows? We don't know if he's planning Easter eggs for future DC properties or if he's just goofing.
Shouts out to the chat. Ryan Hurst. That's who it is. Ryan Hurst.
Ryan Hurst. I know that person.
Yes.
He's
Okay.
But also, I think James Gunn is just tweeting out people that he's like, I'm gonna bring these people. But I think he's genuinely also like, I'm in a position where I can bring these people here, and I'm leaning towards these two.
And maybe he's also in a position to be like, I just want to get people hyped about DC stuff.
That's true.
And if that's just tweeting out random comics images, hey, it works.
And
It's
here
cheap.
we are, being hype.
Here we are.
Batmite eventually, damn it. Getting Batmite.
Love it. He's been teasing it. Okay, and obviously all week, the main topic of conversation here, everywhere, Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We're going to see it as an office tomorrow. Some people at this table have already seen it. But as we are getting ready to watch this film and thinking about what comes after, the future, after this, of course, one question is, Ryan Coogler, director of this film and the previous Black Panther film, executive producer of the Ironheart series, they were kind of asking him like, hey, what's next for you? And we don't know what's next, period, for him, much less like Marvel, what's next. But like, I don't think he has any announced projects beyond that. And he did an interview with Variety and he said, I love making movies, but to quote a character in our movie, I gave this everything. This movie got everything I have. I'm at the place where I think I've got this press tour in me, and I've got to sit down and reflect, probably cry a lot, because I've been holding that back. And then from there, figure out whatever's next. So we were just talking about this a little bit in the office before. Where would we like to see Ryan Coogler go next? Tremendous talent. So far, that guy's like batting 1,000, and like everything he makes is good and interesting. So like, what would we like him to do?
Go on vacation.
Yeah.
Take a break. Yeah. He's earned it, like you said, between the press tour being mentally and emotionally taxed, not even just the filming of Wakanda Forever, everything leading up to it after Chadwick's passing. That man needs a break. Yeah. I think that's something like all reporters gonna keep asking. What should you do? What are you doing next? What are you gonna do next? Asking Kevin Feige, what's Ryan gonna do next? Let that man go to some island with his wife and no cell phone and chill. That's it. Let him have at least. He has earned a month vacation at least.
Oh yes, at least
he's earned it.
And then
I said give him a movie that's not a franchise, right? That doesn't need a sequel. You know, he's
outside of Marvel or within Marvel?
Yeah, outside of Marvel. Just like give him a fun little project.
But that's not fun, Brandon. I want to talk about Marvel stuff. Well, we were saying probably most likely he's going to want to do something small. Maybe do a drama. Do something that could win him an Oscar or something like that. Like go back to his roots there a little bit. But then eventually, maybe a couple years go by, and maybe then he's eyeing that MCU blinking light in the distance. What could bring him back?
Well, I mean, Secret Wars doesn't have a director yet.
But does he? We were talking about
that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, we were talking about this before we went. Again, we talk about a lot of stuff before the camera started rolling. Does the amount of pressure he has to put on to put Wakanda together, first of all, right? To make the Wakanda, the Black Panther suit, everything to look like it look, especially doing this movie with Tolakan and everybody underwater. Now, increase that times 100 when you just on a blue and a green screen for 6 to 8 months with everybody.
And you're scheduling everyone out. You have to make sure everyone's schedules align.
And when you say everybody, we talking Marvel Studios, Fox, you know they bringing all the Sony people over. That's why they letting Sony do whatever they want, because they going to have some sort of cameo in Secret Wars. You got to deal with all that. Let that man get that to somebody else who want it.
Okay. I hear what you're saying. So no more underwater movie in the sky. Gotcha.
Boom.
Sky movie.
I don't know. I was saying, you know what I would like, if maybe the next Marvel thing he does, and we know he's, again, executive producing Ironheart. We were talking about, it's kind of been put on the back burner, but Dora Milaje's spinoff series, right, has been talked about for a long time. Anything. I would like more movie talent going to the series. So far, they've mostly hired people that doing their first kind of Marvel stuff in the Disney Plus series. But I would love to have and then they're kind of hiring people the opposite way, right? Like, oh, you did a good job on this Disney Plus series.
Now you get a movie.
Now do the movie. Yeah. I wouldn't mind seeing the opposite direction.
Io went from Civil War to Black Panther to Falcon and Winter Soldier. Because remember, she did the 5-point palm hot death thing on Bucky's arm. And when Sam was like, do you know they can do that? He was like, hell no, I didn't know. So like, I mean, I see what you're saying. They're introducing people, but it's easy to introduce through the Disney Plus series because there's not a big risk.
Yeah.
The risk is very little as opposed to a box office $150 million movie budget. You're like, hey, here's Kamala Khan for the first time. For people who really won't see it, and if it doesn't make money, it's like, oh, it's a bust. But now people watch it on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
Oh, different ball game.
I like it. I mean, Mikey Cheers sending in a super chat saying give Coogler the Storm series.
Ooh.
As long as it comes out after the Jubilee trilogy.
Trilogy?
Yeah, Jubilee's getting a trilogy.
Three film arc.
Yeah. I've written it.
Wow. You hear that, Kevin? Come get your boy.
She's the only mutant in all 3 movies, too.
Okay.
It's just her.
Coogler went on to discuss Riri Williams and Tony Stark's connection in the MCU. He was asked about that. He said, I don't want to put any spoilers out there. There is a connection there between her and Tony, but it's a complicated connection. And Riri is a supporting character in this film, talking about Wakanda Forever, but she does play a major role, and we will get to know a little bit more about how she became who she is when we meet her in this film. And then, of course, she's getting her own full series coming out later next year, Ironheart. But he's hinting at just a little bit of a Tony Stark connection. Now, we've speculated, did she go through the MIT program that he was setting
that
up?
He's put the grant out for.
Yeah.
Don't answer this question.
I didn't say
Didn't
Don't
get an
Don't say
internship
anything.
at Stark
I said I wasn't gonna
Enterprises
Take
or
a
whatever.
sip. Take a sip.
I heard Pepper Potts hit her with her car.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was crossing the street, and
Okay.
Pepper was texting and
How did he
driving.
get
It's a
that
bad
spot
thing.
on? How did he get it spot on?
Don't text and drive.
I mean, I don't know how
I'm
you
not
do
trying
it.
to spoil it, but Brandon is.
It's
like,
oh
no!
my God, I'm sorry, don't sue me here. I'll give you
Yes,
all this
yes.
highly
did
classified
She
technology.
popped up in the trunk of the Audi. She was like, what do we got here? What do we
I
got
love
here?
it. How did you know Gwyneth Paltrow, Pepper Potts, was going to make an appearance in Wakanda Forever?
You know, of all the...
She was sniffing a goop candle
Yeah.
in the Audi.
She was testing, like, not my vagina.
Which,
Not my
yeah, which,
vagina. Which I just want to apologize.
Is that a
Can we stop
hashtag?
making the
Hashtag not my
vagina. Vagina candle jokes. It's been
No,
done, right?
no. We need to make fun of her as much as possible.
Yeah,
Right,
and
it'll
also-
right, never
She
ends.
needs to
Rick did endorse
recognize.
Rick Caruso. so
Real
she
quick,
should make sure
all of it.
real quick, New Rockstar is coming out with our own vagina-scented candles
That's
sometime
right.
soon. Whose
Lisa's
vagina?
so mad.
You'll have to buy it to find out. But legit, we do have these enamel pens. I don't know, this was just sitting on the table. It's not a formal plug or anything like
Did you
that.
say whose it smells like?
You'll have to buy it to figure that out.
They do have these new
Brandon.
enamel pens.
Wait, you doing like this? You scratching the sniff like, okay, come here. Next woman on the line. Nope, this
No,
is
we can't do that anymore, Jay. We had an HR meeting about it.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
The
That's what
enamel
that 4-hour meeting
pens. The
was
enamel
about.
pens are not scented like any body part. Again, this is the prototype candle that's coming out later. But okay. Ooh. Speaking of Disney Plus series,
Thank God that's what we're speaking
got to
about.
transition out of that real quick. Ms. Marvel, we found out this week, scrapped some Daredevil and Jane Foster's Mighty Thor references from their finale. You know, a lot of times the production designers for these series, like they release like storyboards or concept art that they've been working on, and the production designer for Ms. Marvel shared some images. We actually have these, I think. There they are.
There you go.
This is from the DODC in the series, and within there, there's some She-Hulk characters like Titania, She-Hulk,
yeah. Is that
Donnie
Donnie
Blaze.
Blaze?
I also think, is that what's his name from Hawkeye in the
Yeah.
middle there?
The tracksuit mafia?
No, that's
the guy
the
with
dude,
the
the
sword.
sword.
Yes.
Yeah.
The sword
swordsman.
dude.
Yeah, Kate Bishop, Jane Foster, Daredevil is in there.
That was fun.
I would have kept that in there.
I know.
I feel like they cut it out just to be sure, just to be like, we shouldn't talk about it, even though Jane Foster is not a spoiler.
But things like this are nice, especially because it helps
Also-
orient the timeline,
Also,
which they will not
It was
confirm.
shared. It's on this poor girl's portfolio.
Oh.
It's on her
Is this another
portfolio,
situation
and
of,
fans went into her business.
like that poor costume designer.
Oh, Jesus.
Take that down. Take that
Take
down.
it down. Get rid of it.
Genuinely was like, damn, you can't do anything when you work for Marvel. You literally can't do anything because people like us will go sniffing through your
Yeah.
trash.
You got Kevin Feige rolling by with the windows down, just like pop, 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 pop.
You sitting at a coffee shop and somebody just walking past your laptop
Literally.
like,
and takes a picture and then now zooms in.
hold on for a
This
second.
was not only a YouTube video, it was also an article. And that poor
gosh.
girl is like, I just put in my portfolio to get more work, and now Marvel's like, take her off the list. Take her off.
The list.
She
What?
put her before in a
Take her
portfolio.
off the living
It's got to
list.
be one of the
living
most fun
list.
things for like a production designer on any of these films or TV shows to do, to be like, okay, there's a bulletin board in the background of this shot. Let's go. Right? Like, I can do 1,000 little things.
Here I
Even
come.
like some of those pieces of paper just had text on them. Like, the wording was probably fun
Yeah,
and
yeah.
interesting, right?
I like to imagine like Feige shows up on set and just sees it and just starts ripping it down.
No,
Who did this?
Papa, who did this?
But
Who does this?
But him, knowing Kevin Feige, he's one of those people that's like, so look, this is what I need you to write in real small
Right,
print
right.
right here.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a whole Easter egg about tell you what Phase 9 is. You're like,
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because I think Kevin Feige's the one that goes, no, 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 no. And he doesn't even think about it. He's just like, I don't like this one. And just goes, no, no, and rips them down.
Wonderful. We're gonna get to the main topic of this video: Morbius and others showing up in Deadpool 3.
Mobius?
Mobius. Did I say Morbius?
You said Morbius.
It's
Damn it.
Morbid time.
It's too close, and it's not
so
our fault.
hard.
So close.
And then sometimes I say Morpheus, and now we're
I
talking
want
Matrix.
to see Lawrence Fishburne show up.
Morpheus
in-
pointing at Mobius, pointing at Morbius.
I mean, you know what it is? It's a strip that circles around and feeds back into itself.
What's that
okay.
called?
Don't know. But first, we want to shout out our folks helping us bring this show to you all week long, and that's the Batman Audio Adventures over on HBO Max. It's out now. Season 2 is out now. Actually, you can listen to Season 1 and Season 2. Again, it's an audio thing on HBO Max, which you might associate with video, but they've got some cool audio properties over there. It's got this great cast: Rosario Dawson, Jeffrey Wright, John Leguizamo, all kinds of folks. Jeffrey Wright, who played Jim Gordon in, of course, the most recent Batman film, playing the Batman in this one. So you'll have to suspend some disbelief for that. But
Disbelief.
I don't believe that.
this
Jim
is
Gordon-
How dare Gordon be Batman?
Do you know that Beetlejuice was once Batman? The same actor.
Michael Keaton.
Prove
But
it.
this series is really good. So the creator of this series was a longtime writer on SNL, and he stacked the deck of this cast with comedy talent: Bobby Moynihan, Kenan Thompson, the aforementioned John Leguizamo, some really funny people. And so this show is a fun mix of like comedic along with the kind of more serious tone that we associate with Batman content. So check it out. Tune in for a tale of real life death and in Gotham City. The whole season 1 is already available to stream, and season 2 is out now on HBO Max. Check that out. Stream DC's Batman: The Audio Adventures. Season 2 now.
Stop it.
It's a
You're
bat.
so
It's
good.
a bat.
Is it
It's a
good
bat.
as bird noises?
It's a bat.
No, it's not. It's a bird, but you know. It's time for our discussion. Give me my graphic.
Is there a discussion
She
graphic?
wants the
It used
break
to
room
be
breakdown.
It used to be my graphic.
When we get to the discussion after we understand, why the fuck do you make this sound?
I swallowed a bat.
Oh, there it is.
Yay! I have a graphic too, like Tommy. Okay, so rumor has it that the TVA. I should look at this camera. Rumor has it that the TVA. Rumor has it that the TVA and Mobius will appear in Deadpool 3, which is big.
Now, this is a big rumor, right?
Big
Yeah,
rumor.
a big rumor.
But also, if this rumor is true, do you know how this is the connection that they're gonna?
I already know what they're gonna do.
It's not. Oh, okay. Well, do you want to answer this?
Yeah,
Oh,
let's go
Jerry
ahead.
knows. Okay.
They're gonna let them do an actual Fox Deadpool movie,
Yeah.
but his world's gonna be crumbling throughout it, and it's gonna be
Yes.
small little bits.
Incursion.
Yep, but he's not gonna really pay attention to it. It's gonna be things you hear on the radio, little things you see, and all of a sudden at the end of the movie, his whole world collapses.
Is this? Yeah. Oh, no, keep going.
No, that was it. His world's gonna
Yes,
collapse
completely.
into the TVA and Mobius
Yep.
coming out to him. Come here, wait, we need to talk to you.
We need to talk to you.
And he was like, "Why do you look like Owen Wilson?" And then saying something like that.
Is it so A, it's probably gonna be because how Deadpool 2 ended with him jumping through time with Cable's new machine that was fixed by Negasonic Teenage Warhead. None of this is in the script. I'm saying this all off the top of my dome. But it's probably because he's been jumping timelines. Do we think we're gonna see his wife? Because you know how he. Do you think
Blake
the things he
Lively?
did?
What you
Do you think
Whose
that
wife?
there's
Whose
his
wife?
wife in the movie?
Marina
and
Backer.
Deadpool too.
You about
Because
whose wife?
remember-
Cable's wife or Deadpool?
Deadpool's.
You talking
Because
about, okay.
you see how he. I guess what I'm asking is at the end of Deadpool 2, we see him going through time doing a bunch of stuff, but it seems like the only one that actually is going to sit with us, other than that guy with the mustache that didn't actually die on the group, is that his wife. He brought his wife back.
Right.
So would that
He
be
saves
something
her.
that you think
It's
is
just
going
gonna be
to be a major
something to
plot
see him
point?
having sex. That's it.
Oh,
They're
you
gonna
think
do the
so?
whole days of the year thing, having sex again. Again, an exact Fox Deadpool movie.
Well, I could see. Well, I was saying that because I was like, I could see him bringing her back and then being like, well, we need to send her back to like death, and they're like, he's gonna be like, no, I'm gonna
he's
do
gonna
whatever
kill
it
the
takes to
TVA?
not do it.
Tell him that mid-stroke, like, hey, you gotta let her go away. He's like, but it's Happy Women's Independence Day. I can't just.
Oh, stop it! No,
Oh, I was just gonna say, I like that if it's, and we were speculating, right? Like, we don't know. This is a rumor. This could not be true. This could be just somebody choosing to make this up, or maybe it's just like kind of been floated out there as an idea. Or if Owen Wilson, the TVA, is in there, it could be kind of like more of a quick cameo, like a silly justification. He's hopping around between timelines and worlds, and like at one point he stops. And he's in the TVA office, and Owen Wilson's like, "Hey," and then they hop back out. Or is there a version of this that feels like Loki season 3?
Yes.
Right, where the TVA and
Yes.
Mobius plays like a huge role in this film.
Yes, I agree with the second part, mainly because, and this goes into my second question of how can the TVA affect Deadpool and Cable, who's just a walking time traveler? Because it seems like, yeah, Deadpool did go through time and jumped and did all these things, but also Cable's just hanging out here, and he jumped from his timeline as well. So what are we doing here? Like, what's going on here? So I do agree that I think it's going to be a major part with the TVA, because it seems like, how can it just be like so quick if he's going to now be in the MCU? It can't be. They're going to have to address him time jumping a lot.
Well, there's also the idea that, the X-Men in their series did a lot of time manipulation, right? Days of Future Past. So is it a situation where the Fox movie timelines exist within the MCU in a weird way, and we're part of He Who Remains timeline? And the reason why the TVA wasn't getting involved was because it was fine. It was just like, let those things happen over here. It's part of keeping Kang out, all that weird stuff. Because the TVA that we know from Loki was not, it was all BS, right? It was really just a means of keeping out Kang.
Right.
It wasn't about preserving some sort of sacred timeline. It was just like a protective thing. So is this, was Deadpool allowed to do what he did? Was the X-Men allowed to do what they did because it was part of He Who Remains thing? I don't know. It's very mind-bending.
What is this saga called? The multiverse saga.
Right.
It's a multiverse thing. Again, yeah, everything was allowed to play out the way it played out. I think the best way you do Deadpool is let Deadpool be Deadpool. Let his world be his world. Don't try to all of a sudden make it an MCU movie. Let it be that Fox movie and play itself all the way out towards the end.
And towards the end, it's going to turn into an MCU
Then
movie.
he jumps into the MCU, not the movie changes. He goes
gets
into the MCU. Yeah.
Like in
Wolverine with
She-Hulk.
him, like,
Like
come with
in
me.
She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where I'm a little nervous, because I'm like, and it kind of sucks that She-Hulk came out first. I'm like, you guys can't just mimic exactly what happened in She-Hulk. So I
Yeah,
want to
going
see.
I think
meta
so,
is tough,
yeah.
but that's been the stock
No,
and
they
trade
can
for
go meta, but
Deadpool.
if they jump out and then they go into Disney Studios and jump through and like
Oh, you're
talk
talking
to
about doing
Kevin.
that,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm like,
But
well,
even-
She-Hulk did exactly
Even
that.
in the realities of like Deadpool and She-Hulk, they break the fourth wall and they come out, right? She-Hulk goes to Disney Studios and goes to see KVIN. Deadpool comes out and he kills Ryan Reynolds. They actually haven't broken the fourth wall. They're still trapped within a false reality. So I don't know if they would ever acknowledge that part of it.
Or he comes out at Fox. He
Yes,
comes out the
yes,
Fox lot.
Yes, I like that.
And it's like
I
all of a
miss
sudden
that.
the Fox lot is
he just gets
shuttered.
in the car and drives over
yeah.
to Disney.
It's
just
just James Cameron running the place.
That'd be
Nothing else
very
happening.
It's just things. It's like, yo, we've moved to Disney.
Yeah.
And his last words are, "What the fuck?" And it just.
I love that. Do
And
you
they like
think-
left him behind, almost like Home Alone, where it was like,
oh,
you
yes.
didn't bring Deadpool.
And then he
You
just
left
walks
Deadpool."
over to Disney Studios.
And they're like, we can't let you on the lot, sir.
Do you think because of this new movie, and I know this is kind of straying away from Mobius, but I promise it'll tie in. We'll loop back into it. Will we see any other mutants, like from Marvel, I guess? Because there's so many people. There's Miss Marvel.
And the more that are officially mutants in the MCU that are announced.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, no, there's no one in She-Hulk?
Well, I guess some of the people in that like group meeting were mutants in the comics. They never said it.
No,
on the
but
show.
no one
that
on the
language.
no
And the
mutant,
shoes.
mutant was not said at all. in
And the
She-Hulk.
shoes he had that Pug had in the animation in one of the post-credit scenes.
Right.
It shows that the X-Men exist, Deadpool exists,
yeah.
all
I
limits.
swear
They had, like,
someone
gym
literally
shoes.
said I'm a mutant. in
No.
She-Hulk. Maybe
I
not.
don't, they
maybe
haven't
I'm-
said mutant yet at all. He said, remember, Bruno said mutation.
Mutation.
No one has said
So-
capital M mutant.
Do you think there'll? I know that this kind of. So we ended Deadpool 2 with Colossus kind of trying to create the X-Men again, and also having the school. Do you think we're gonna see more people, like even around Kamala's age, that maybe Kamala even knows, come into the Deadpool property as students for Colossus?
I mean, I love the
know it's
idea
a
that
loaded
like
thing.
a self-aware Deadpool is like, oh, the MCU's claiming mutants. Now I got all
Yeah,
these mutants
yeah,
over
yeah,
here.
yeah, I got a
I
bunch
think he's
of
just gonna
mutants
start naming them, and they'll just start
Yes.
walking by.
Yes.
He's like, these are mine. I'm making all the mutants.
That's
So you
what
guys are gonna appropriate mutants? We've
Yeah.
been had
Yeah,
mutants.
yeah.
How are you gonna
That's
appropriate?
I'm expecting, because once Negasonic Teenage Warhead and her girlfriend come in, it's like, yeah, we're mutants, and it's like, oh, Kamala's just like, I'm a mutant, I'm not alone. And it's like, we have a school, like we have a place
Yeah,
for y'all.
it'll be interesting. They've been so careful with mutants, right? Even when we
Yeah.
see Professor X in Multiverse of Madness, right? He doesn't really say that language. He doesn't talk about any other mutants that aren't Scarlet Witch, right? Like, it would be wild if this is how they dump a bunch of the known X-Men characters on us.
Okay, so that's how it loops. This is how it's looping back to Mobius. Do you think the TVA will allow it? Because is this TVA going to be the TVA that is affected post Kang? So like Kang, they have the Kang sculpture. They're
Right.
like, they don't remember all of Loki season 1. I assume it's probably going to be after Loki season 2, but it's like, are they going to allow a bunch of mutants to just like kind of jump into their timeline?
I think that's like part of it. They can't stop Deadpool. Like
Yeah.
he has way more power than them in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And I hope he does show up at the MCU and he sees the Scarlet Witch and he's like, she's a mutant.
And the TVA at this point right now is just like damage control for the multiverse.
Yeah.
But they don't have any real power anymore because now they're all realizing everything's a lie.
That's true.
Mobius believes in something
Yeah.
that's a lie.
Yeah.
The sacred timeline is a lie. It's like you said, it's all about keeping one dude at bay.
Yeah.
And now he's just like, well, I gotta fix things. It's like you can't fix everything. So now you're just seeing what things are. We could, again, we talking about a whole different level of things. Like when you say incursions, we could get Clea and Doctor Strange somewhere.
Oh my God. That is true.
And Mobius could be going to Deadpool to bring him in to be like, hey, we need you to come destroy the TVA.
Yeah, we
I
need
would
your
love
help.
to have him go kill the whole Fox universe, quite
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah.
Just let him off Jennifer Lawrence in like a half-third blue paint because she don't want to put no more blue paint on.
Perfection.
Oh my God. Do you,
The
how
real you.
Go on, Zach.
I was just gonna say, I wonder, only because because what we really want is, we all love those first two Deadpool movies. We want more of that, right? And I will say, in both those movies, when it got super meta or whatever, there was a little bit of talking to the camera throughout those movies, but like, it was that kind of end of Deadpool 2 is when it got really, I don't know that that's gonna be a fundamental part of Deadpool 3, because like, I think it's mostly gonna be like, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds buddy pick, you know? Probably the villain we were talking about, who could be the villain of this. Like, the Deadpool films have not really been defined by big-time villains. There's no, like, Mr. Sinister rolling in there or some kind of, Dr. Doom or
If
something.
it is Mr. Sinister,
Oh, baby.
that'd be kind of sick.
Well, here's
That'd
my
be kinda
pitch.
sick.
I think, like, and again, if we think of this as the third in a trilogy, we kind of complete the cycle. Maybe the last Deadpool movie for a while. Who knows? What if, kind of like in that sequence at the end of Deadpool 2 when he kills like the bad version of him with the sewed closed mouth or whatever? What if Deadpool has to fight another Deadpool?
Oh yeah.
That's the villain, right?
I like that. I like that.
But it's not Ryan Reynolds though. That's what I want. If it's another, again, we're talking multiverse. All of a sudden, he don't know. Like, there's this dude he keeps hearing about. Okay, him and Logan hear about. There's Deadpool going around killing, and then Logan is with Wade, and they're like, "What the fuck did you do?" And he's like, "I didn't do anything. I'm right here." And they're like, "No, Deadpool's out here going crazy." And now they got to find the other Deadpool. And then, you got Ryan Reynolds going, I'm going to kill him, blah, blah, blah. Like, we need to figure out who it is. And he takes it off, and it's just whoever he's always joked about the most. next to. What if the other Deadpool?
It's Blake Lively.
What if the other
I was
Deadpool?
gonna say Blake Lively as Gwenpool.
That'd be great.
Or what if it's Hugh Jackman as the other Deadpool?
Like
yeah.
in that universe, he got cast.
I immediately, once they were like, we're going to cast Hugh Jackman, I was like, oh, they're going to be enemies. He's going to be the villain somehow, and he's going to kill him. And that's why we're not going to get Wolverine again, is that we're going to kill
that'd
him
be fun.
again.
As much as it'd be fun to see like a buddy movie, to see them just going head to head.
Yeah, I
for
think
the
they're going
length
to
of it.
fight
Like
eventually.
so many great comics arcs are blank versus blank, right? Wolverine versus Hulk, whatever, right? Like, what if the whole movie is Wolverine versus Deadpool?
Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. I want this. I want it completely because it would be so fun. It's so fun. Also, a guy that's just heals regeneratively like amazingly, and so does the other one. But it's also like this one has antimanium claws, and this one has just a sword and a gun. But I just want to see it. Also, you said this earlier, and I wanted to go back to it. I think they'll be leaving.
Oh, it happens. It's in the water.
They'll be leaving behind all of Deadpool. It'll be like Deadpool 3 will be the farewell to the like older Deadpool and hello to the new Deadpool in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I think the one other character that will come over is Domino. Because Domino will be lucky and just somehow completely jump into it.
Oh, would be lucky
and be
would
like,
just accidentally
and
fall
now
in.
she's in like the Marvel universe and that'll be another mutant. And it'll be like,
Post-credit scene.
Yeah.
she'll be like, how did I get here? And she'll just continue to live and she'll somehow get a mansion and live happily forever because
And
she's
then you
Domino.
got Roy talking about some. Ain't she supposed to be in a musical somewhere with a dude with face paint?
Oh,
Joker too.
Joker too. I don't think she's in it. Is she not in it?
We
I
haven't
thought
gotten confirmation on that yet.
We heard that she's not
Zazie
in it.
Beetz
I
has been
said
asked
bring
and has
in-
been pretty vague.
Yes,
Bring
she
in
has.
Sutton Foster into Deadpool 3, and then you're going to
Yeah.
have Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster doing most of the Music Man for the
Okay,
film, and the
we
movie
know.
is actually just the Music Man.
When I tweeted and I was like, ooh, he said Music Man's out, Wolverine's in. Someone was like, Music Man was horrible, Jessica. And I was like, what? Music Man's great, but they said Hugh Jackman's Music Man was bad.
What?
Oh, who's saying this? Get out of here.
Who's doing
Can I get a poll?
Blasphemy.
Can I get a poll?
Who's doing Huey J. Jordan like that?
Yeah.
okay?
Also, who has watched Music Man on Broadway in the poll? And what is your?
My wife was there.
review?
She said he was incredible.
Your
Incredible.
your wife was clearly mistaken.
Whoa! As my wife has reminded me many times, she's never been wrong. We did ask you guys if you were on Mastodon. We don't know if Anna spelled it correctly, but 74% of you said no. That's good to hear.
That's
'cause
pretty
we don't know
surprising.
what it
That
is.
means a quarter of them are.
Or they're liars.
Oh, that's true
Or
too.
they don't want anyone
There's
to know.
people
that
right
they're
now
on
sitting here
Mastodon.
watching this on their phone, got us on split screen. Like, all right, what app store can I use? I got an Android. Well, fuck it, I'm out. That's me.
We also asked, would you be pumped to see Mobius and Deadpool? And 83% of you said, hell yeah.
Jet ski.
Speaking of jet skis, have you started planning your Thanksgiving meal?
Excuse me, what?
You don't serve your Thanksgiving meal on a jet ski? Well, I was raised in Florida, and that's how we have our Thanksgiving meals, on jet skis. But if you're looking to impress your in-laws and your friends with a great dish, don't settle for being the person who brings the disposable plates and store-bought pie. Get yourself a free-range turkey from our friends at Butcher Box. That turkey was free. Oh,
that was a good
bird
turkey.
noises.
Was that a bat?
That was a turkey.
What did you grab?
I don't want to be.
I was born a bird.
I don't want to be. I don't want to
What
be.
did you grab?
I didn't like that. That was horrible.
We've talked about Butcher Box before. They're great. They take the guesswork out of getting the highest quality meats and seafood by shipping a variety of boxes right to your door. They also throw in recipe guides and hacks to make sure you know what you're cooking. Will blow the socks off all your family members at Thanksgiving dinner or whenever you cook them some meat. You know, don't just get meat in a box with no instructions. That's insane. Get instructions for your meat in a box. We here at the Breakroom are big fans of their grass-fed steaks and their wild-caught seafood. Their scallops are delicious, and man, do they taste great. The main course for Thanksgiving dinner, it can be very stressful, but don't let that happen this year, okay? Use Butcher Box. It's offering listeners a free turkey with their first order, okay? Sign up today at butcherbox.com/breakroom and use code breakroom to get one 10 to 14-pound turkey free in your first box. That's butcherbox.com/breakroom and use code breakroom. We implore you to claim this great deal.
Real quick, everybody, throw your favorite holiday jet ski memories in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, the first time I went jet skiing, I didn't fall once.
Wow.
I got on perfectly, and I was going, and it was so much fun.
Make that
And
sound again.
We usually throw Mima on the back of the jet ski with the gravy boat, and then we all line up on the shore.
Mix up the mix.
And we
With your plates?
Yeah, we line with our plates. Mima comes in hot, hits the skid, and the gravy just flies on over all the plates.
Get this mushroom gravy tonight.
I've actually never jet skied. I have ski-dooed.
Isn't ski-dooing?
It's just a different brand.
Well, Sea-Doo, yeah.
Sea-Doo, not
Sea-Doo,
Ski-Doo.
not Ski-Doo.
Wait, is that not a jet ski?
Hey, sometimes Ski-Doo, sometimes
Ski-Don't.
I think
That's
I
right.
ski-dooed. Doodied.
Oh.
Ski-doodied. I think I did ski-dooed. I think I did that.
I'm a real ski dude.
Jay Washington, you're not into water sports?
You're not into water play.
I'm just here. I don't know what the hell y'all talking about. Skidoodle, skedaddle, skididdle. Split with my meemaws on a jet ski. No.
Speaking of Mimas on a jet ski, it's time for mandatory fun.
Whoa. They
Mandatory
thought they
jet
were.
skis. The super
Gonna
chats
get out
today
of
will
it.
go towards our office jet ski that we all get to
Oh,
use.
that's right.
That's right.
We can raise $4,900.
We'll buy an office
And
jet
then
ski.
it'll be a 4-seater.
Now you may be asking yourself, who let this dilettante Brandon be in charge of mandatory
good
fun
word.
today? And it's because our dear coworker Tommy Bechtold has been suspended indefinitely from the
murder?
Breakroom. For possibly murder, for possibly other crimes, both federal and state related. But I'm handling mandatory fun today. So go ahead and play the graphic again.
Whoa. Double graphic.
Double graphic. A graphic so nice, we only play it twice. Take that, Tommy, who is now suffering on suspension. Folks,
Producer John throwing up graphics willy-nilly.
we should have left you dead, Producer John. How dare you? That disgusting graphic. I hate it. Phase 6, the Phase 6 calendar it's looking pretty bare, folks. Look at this, bare beast.
I mean, it looks great.
We got
but
Deadpool
it
3
is
added
bare,
to
yeah.
it, but that was...
Did you say bear beast?
Bare beast.
Can I see the
A
calendar
bear
one more
beast.
time, please?
Yeah, show Jay the calendar again. Look, it's empty.
We got
It's empty.
Blade, Deadpool, Fantastic Four, Avengers King Dynasty,
Oh, that's
Avengers
easy.
Secret
But
War.
there's a lot of empty empty
Covers
spaces,
almost
folks.
2 years. Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little pitch session, okay? I want to hear your Phase 6 dream projects, but I'm giving you guidelines because I'm not suspended, Tommy Bechtold, who runs this mandatory fun willy-nilly.
Okay.
There's gonna be some guidelines. What you pitched me, this movie has to be realistic when it comes to the film rights, okay? I don't see any crossovers. I don't want to hear about the Ninja Turtles, okay, fighting Shang-Chi, okay?
That was mine.
Get it out of there.
That was
You don't
Get
want
it
to
out
see
of
the
there.
Avengers fighting the Transformers?
I want to see it, but not in this pitch meeting, okay? The Transformers are owned by Michael Bay, and he will never let them go. He will blow your ass to the sky with an explosion. Anyways, I also don't want to hear about sequels to dead characters, okay? So don't tell me that, like, Black Widow's back from the ground, okay? Don't tell me that Tony Stark's been dug up and he's reanimated. If it's a variant, I'll hear you out.
I'm not gonna remember any of these
Okay.
rules.
And I'm taking like Thor 5 and Strange 3 off the board. No easy ones, okay? So pitch me a good Phase 6 project that fits in there. Does it fit in between the two?
And now this can be a
movies?
series or it has to be a film.
I'll take a series.
Okay.
And it can't
I'll
be
allow a
originally like an HBO Max property.
Like a Warner Brothers property?
Oh, you think the Batwoman
if it-
movie's gonna
if it
show
was
up?
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was going like Euphoria, but
Oh, well, I'll hear this out.
it's not ready yet. I'm still
Okay.
cooking it up.
Cooking up your pitch. Cooking up your
Cooking up
pitch.
it. Okay, let it slide.
I mean, of course, I have the Jubilee trilogy
Okay.
always in my pocket, but it's not ready for Phase 6. You got something?
Also, I'm not gonna buy that.
Okay, okay.
I don't want to Jubilee anything.
Okay.
I don't want it.
What
I
did
don't want.
Jubilee ever do to you, Jeff?
What didn't she do?
Okay,
That's the real
all right,
question.
never mind.
What has she done? Where is she going? Okay, so
Go ahead.
Are you gonna
Go
green
ahead.
light my
I'm gonna
project?
cry.
So- tell me if this goes against your rules.
All right.
So I want to do Euphoria in the Marvel Cinematic Universe for Phase 6, and here's how we're gonna do it.
Just all dicks hanging out? Just like-
Hey! We're getting Deadpool. We already have She-Hulk
It's true.
banging.
Okay,
it's true.
We already got
fair.
She-Hulk banging.
Okay.
Fair.
Very
We got,
PG
and
banging.
we know Daredevil Born Again, he's gonna be dropping draws. So I think dropping draws and hanging dongs. I think we can get Euphoria by Phase 6. Hear me out.
Okay.
And we keep MJ, and MJ's in school now. She's in college.
Okay.
It's Euphoria, but it's MJ in college.
It's MJ abusing drugs.
Well, I didn't
And
say all
getting
that.
banged out by Peter? Again, he like giving it that web fluid, like for real.
I
goodness
didn't say that. I didn't
gracious.
say that. I didn't say all that.
You
But I
said
did.
Euphoria. What else am I supposed to do?
They're gonna do Oklahoma.
I will accept it if like Hope Van Dyne walks in and is like, am I dressed like fucking Oklahoma? I've never been happier to be so small. I'm so happy.
And then Cassie Lane goes, "Bitch, you better be joking.
I'm joking, yo.
I'm your
You
stepmother
better be
now.
joking." Okay, so and Ashtray gonna be the killer. Thank you, Nina. You.
Well, Jess, frankly, this is a strong project. I don't know if
Okay.
Marvel's ready for the graphic nudity and sexual content and drug usage of Euphoria.
But Phase 6, it's Phase 6.
It is Phase 6,
Okay.
which rhymes with Phase 6. So
No. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna pivot here
pivot
to
on
something that will happen.
Oh,
Okay. A quick shout out to everybody in the super chat. Christian Unpronounceable, Colin Oakman. Thank you for saying hey to me. Quentin, Bucky Barnes, ATL, everybody that's in the super chat. So here's my thing. Marvel has been doing 3 films a year, roughly, right? For the this year, next year has 3 films. That's kind of their average. Phase 6 covers 2 years, 5 movies.
Okay.
So I think there's one more movie in there. Okay, and I think like you took Strange 3 and Thor 5 off the table. Get it? Maybe it feels like a lot of the other properties, the sequel is gonna be a series like Shang-Chi. We might get a 10-ring series there instead, or Wonder Man might even function as almost a Shang-Chi sequel or whatever. We're getting Thunderbolts instead of a Black Widow film, yada, yada, yada. I think there's one big property that's not accounted for, and I think it makes a lot of sense in Phase 6. And that's a full-blown X-Men movie. Okay? We're getting Deadpool cracks the door open. They've been hinting. We get a full-blown X-Men
I was
reboot.
gonna say this. I want to keep this is my thought. I was like,
Give me like your type 5 lineup of this X-Men movie.
I think I don't know. I didn't think that far ahead.
Does it have Wolverine?
Ooh. Do we? I see the fact that Hugh Jackman's going to show up playing Wolverine in Phase 6, and I don't doubt. I mean, he already got a completion to that story in Logan. But if maybe Deadpool even ends with like, okay, Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, we're gone forever. Bye. Restart the X series without us. So maybe we get a recast. Maybe we get what's his name? Elton John.
Elton John is Wolverine.
No, not actual. No, he said
actual Elton John.
I think the Kingsman guy.
No.
They don't want Logan. They want Elton John.
Goodbye, X-Men Road.
So I got something for you. How about this, Zach? Yes, X-Men, but instead of a movie, I think X-Men works better as a Disney Plus series. Because one episode can introduce each character. You can get a full hour, damn near, to introduce us to each character. Where the penultimate comes together, the finale is whatever they got to deal with.
And maybe Phase 7 is the mutant phase.
And they're all going
X-Men 97 already exists.
And they're already going to the same
his doesn't
school
count.
that MJ is, and it's called the Sex-Men.
Yes. Oh, wait, never mind.
That's a
This
Doom
one-
Patrol episode. That's a
Go
different
right back.
universe.
Oh, okay.
Full circle, baby.
Okay.
It's a different universe.
Okay.
I've got it's already there, and we're already setting up the Young Avengers. Like I'm gonna be the only one go straight nerdy with this. Okay, we got the Young
Go
Avengers.
straight nerdy.
Because you got the kids.
Was mine not nerdy?
You got yours was straight horny.
sexually inappropriate.
Yours was really horny. Yours was like nipples. Anyway, we got the kids from the Karen and Living Vibrator. Then we got the spoiled rich chick who got a bow and arrow. Then you have Miss Marvel. You can throw her in there. You got Cassie Lang. You just basically pull all the kids together.
All the kids.
All the
Billy
kids-
and Tommy.
Those are the ones, the kid from the Karen and the Living Vibrator.
Oh, right,
Those are the
right,
kids.
right.
Scar? Did you already say Scar? Could he be a part of that?
Yes, with a real hairline.
He's 18. Hey, don't
Maybe
come
that
for his
hairline
hair.
makes sense on his
It
planet.
does. And you guys, when
He
you're
has a-
young,
Scar
you
has
cut
a
your
Scar
hair.
None of
playlist.
You
None of
cut your hair in
you.
different ways when you're
Yes,
young.
yes, he's rebelling.
Oh, so
you're
Scar's
rebelling.
he's going through a thing, huh?
Yes, he's
Yeah.
17.
Yeah.
Dad, you left me on this planet and I was trying to
Now
get
my
some.
hairline's
Yeah, yeah.
back.
My hairline's here. Like, what?
It's all bad.
So I think you bring all the. I think that's the property that we're not seeing because I think we all keep thinking. We know about the Avengers movies as a whole. We know about Kang Dynasty. We know about Secret Wars. But you've been building up the Thunderbolts again, and all of these kids have been introduced. Elijah Bradley, all these people. You put them together, you have a Young Avengers.
Who do they fight?
The Thunderbolts.
Yeah, okay.
Whoa.
I like that. I still think I love that, Jay. And I've thought this for a while. I think they were going to change I thought at some point they might change the title, like they change the title of these movies. It'll become Thunderbolts versus the Young Avengers.
Yeah, we talked about that a while back.
Yeah, which I think would be a great reveal. These are all great ideas, folks. I think they're pretty applicable.
Which one are you greenlighting?
Definitely not Jessica's. It'll get us kicked off of everything.
Well, we don't know. What if they make like an Adult Swim version to Disney, and then it could premiere?
Animated, maybe animated.
What if?
Yeah, what if it's a
what if these characters bang? That's every episode of the show.
We'd watch that season.
I like the idea of an X-Men movie, but I'm tired of Wolverine. We've had so much Wolverine. I only want to see Wolverine in a movie if it's an Alpha Flight movie. Give me Alpha Flight already.
Yes.
Give me Alpha Flight already. Let's do Canada.
Give me the little short, hairy Canadian dude.
Yeah, let's do them right. But I love Jay's Young Avengers movie. They have these little babies all running around with powers.
All right, well, let's
They're
get a
waiting
poll.
too
Let's
long.
get
They're
a
going to
poll.
be old Avengers by the time they get them all together.
She's like, all right, let's do a damn poll.
Let me hear you. A24 would have picked up my thing.
I know. Jessica, I do love your idea, but I don't know if I'm legally allowed to watch it.
Real quick, speaking of polls, 16% of respondents saying they liked Hugh Jackman's Music Man. Can you believe that 16% of the people watching right now saw that
Yeah,
on
but
Broadway?
75
We got a
said
lot
they
of New
haven't
York
seen
fans.
it.
We
But
got a lot of New York
16%
fans.
saying they watched
pretty
it
good.
is
They
a
also
really high number.
could
That's
be
pretty
lying.
good. That's
There's
pretty
probably
good.
there's less than
7% people was like, it's just great in general.
yeah.
But the movie I most want to see in Phase 6 is based on Shatterstar. You all love Shatterstar, right? Shatterstar.
The dude that got the
He's
dude,
got a ponytail.
and he got
two
sliced
swords.
up by a helicopter.
Yeah,
when he
he's
flew.
part of the Wildcats at one point, I think. I don't know.
No,
Brendan
that's a
Ballin.
different comics
That
company.
is a different
yeah.
comics company. He was in the Shi'ar.
Same Rob Lee.
He's part of the
film,
X-Men when
Okay.
they're fighting the Shi'ar.
The
It's
chat
great
didn't
stuff.
get enough time to vote, so maybe we redo the poll. I want to
If you're in line, stay in line.
Stay in line.
Thank you to all our super chatters today. We did get a lot of good super chats. Christian Unpronounceable did ask, who directs the Jubilee trilogy?
Oh.
I say you give it to Spielberg. Let him have all.
Oh,
Is that's his retirement move?
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, I'm doing
you know
this,
where
then I'm
I was
out.
going? I was going Sofia Coppola.
Oh, so good, good,
Make it a
good.
little edgy.
Wow.
A little
Now,
early
Greta-
2000s.
Greta Gerwig after
Oh.
Barbie?
Will
Yeah,
be
someone pick
that's
up.
who will be Jubilee too. Will be Greta Gerwig and Saoirse Ronan.
Yeah.
And
Oh, I would have a
Oh,
Saoirse
damn,
Ronan.
dude. Saoirse, come on the
Asian.
show.
I will not have it.
Simu and Saoirse, come on the show.
Quentin also said in a super chat saying, remember Wolverine versus Lobo's disappointing fight in the comics? Because they fought during that like crossover stuff they were doing
don't
between
remember that
DC and
one.
Marvel. Well, it was bad. I do remember that. I didn't like reading Lobo as a kid because he was too edgy for me.
Yeah, you're
Well,
an
you like
innocent. You're an
Mr.
innocent.
Sinister.
You're an innocent kid.
Well, I like Mr. Sinister for all the wrong reasons. Hello, X-Men. Look at my cape.
Good
and
poll or
my
bad poll?
lipstick.
I'll answer that back.
All right. The pollmeister's out of control. Someone's got to stop the
Stop the poll.
Stop the poll.
Stop the poll.
The MJ2997 sending in a super chat saying X-Men, no, X-Files, yes. Mulder and Scully as agents of S.W.O.R.D. That would actually
That'd be sick as
great.
hell.
That's a great idea.
Well,
Actually,
that's
I mean-
kind of what, and not completely, but kind of what Captain Carter, or not Captain Carter, what was
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Not
Yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the one that she got.
It was Agent Carter.
Agent Carter.
Mixed
Kind of
the
was.
two.
It kind
Yeah,
of was
retro, and I mean, Secret Invasion's gonna have some elements of that, right? Hunting
Yeah.
Scrolls and with the.
that. I loved Agent
Let's do a
Carter.
show. Let's do a show with Howard Stark and his wife. Tony's a teenager during those years, right before they die, where they're just having like a bitter relationship. Howard's drinking too much.
So
the
is
economy's
Tony.
in shambles. Tony's doing drugs in college. Like that.
Stark-
no powers anywhere. It's just
Stark
a-
Succession.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just a Noah
no,
Baumbach movie based
Okay.
around the
All right.
Stark family falling apart. That's what I want to see.
Book your calendars, guys. 2024, you're going to see all of these come to life as part of Phase 6. But we are excited. Tomorrow, Brandon and I get to see Black Panther Wakanda Forever. We hope you have your tickets for this weekend. Again, we'll be talking about it a little bit on this show Friday, and then we'll have 1,000 things to talk about next week.
Oh, yeah.
Finally, Jay and Jessica and Tommy and other folks that have already seen the movie will get to share their thoughts on it openly and honestly without worrying about
I'm
Marvel
not
snipers.
I genuinely am not gonna be on the internet for like 12 hours when
Yeah.
it comes out because I'm not ready. I'm not ready to hear everyone's poorly taken review.
Oh, I saw another one today.
I saw you retweet it, and
Yeah.
I was like, I'm
Yeah,
done.
Friday-
I'm done fighting people.
We'll only have the best takes here on New Rockstars and on the Break Room. Go somewhere else for your negativity.
Yeah.
that won't be us.
Friday's show of the Break Room will be spoiler central.
Yep.
We're spoiling.
Yep.
Like
we will
on
have all
Friday,
seen it.
the gates are open. So if you don't have
We
time
come
to
out
see
Thursday night,
yeah,
really.
yeah.
So.
If you don't have time to see before the show on Friday, wait till you see it and then watch the episode.
Yeah, on
You'll
Saturday
be
or
great.
Sunday. Yeah.
Tomorrow you'll still be safe. Make sure you like and subscribe.
Yes.
If you haven't already.
Grab yourself an enamel pin from newrockstarsmerch.com, or
Limited
while you're there,
edition.
get the hoodie.
Someone send us a ski-doo. Someone send us a jet ski.
$4,900 and we'll get a Breakroom ski-doo.
Even if it's like a
4,900.
two-seater with a little cubby one on the side.
Oh, cute.
That's right. I'll do
I'll
a
just sit
sidecar.
at the pier and watch y'all.
You are kidding me.
And Jess's spoiler-free Black Panther
Yeah.
Wakanda Forever reviews out on the channel now. Eric's breakdown of Andor will be out on the channel tomorrow.
Yep.
Fun episode last night.
Very
People
fun.
love Andor. Can't stop talking about it.
Yeah. Check out all those and all the other great content on New Rockstars. We love you. We appreciate you. Everybody have a great day.
Thanks, Gaddis.
Keep it Gucci to Moochie.
Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.